I've just noticed it's 4:55, right? I have to do another show at 5. So if we start the outro process 5 minutes from when I need to be gone, we should be done in time.
Do you think we'll find a new color in our lifetime?
Okay, well,
What does that mean?
that's not the right direction.
Like invent a color?
Well, yeah, I mean, do you think we'll find a new color?
What, like the color blemp?
Oh, it would just kind of cool if a magazine was like, hey, we found a new purple.
That would be purple. That'd be like a shade of purple.
Well, that's a new color, though. A shade is certainly a new color, isn't it?
Well, I mean, sure. I mean, but we surely have every visible or every color that's on our, visible spectrum. We've nailed. Are you talking like maybe we'll find something beyond ultraviolet that for some reason we can see?
I don't know how colors work. I'm just wondering if we'll find a new one.
What would you name it?
I have no idea. I'm not the Crayola company. They come up with that, right?
Yes, Crayola names, they're the official naming entity of colors. Yes.
I mean, who names colors? Is someone credited with naming a color?
I don't know.
I think they all came from different languages based on different super old school shit. Maybe Latin or something.
But surely someone had to come up with it, right? Someone had to be like, that's red.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I feel like you guys are acting like this is an insane question. I think it's very reasonable.
It's not an insane question. It's something I thought about when I was 8, I was like,
You still don't have an answer. I just thought about this last week. How old are you now, Gavin? 20 years, no results? Looks bad on you.
but you don't even have anything ready to go. Like where could the color possibly be?
I'm not. I don't think I'm going to discover a new color.
Are you thinking that there's some combination of paint colors you could put together that nobody's thought of yet?
You put a little red in there, a little green, maybe a little brown. Put some orange.
I don't
shake
think
it a little bit.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I was just asking a question.
I'm going to say no. Let me ask you this. Do you believe in Mandela effects? Because I really want to, but now I'm convinced after I've spent a lot of time on the subreddit that 99% of Mandela effects, people just don't understand that movies are edited for TV.
That's a great point. I actually never thought about that angle. Some of them, though, aren't movie related. It's like names, right? And spelling of words.
Sometimes, but mostly it's just people don't understand that movies are edited down for TV.
Like that color that just went missing?
Yeah, or that sometimes they put something in a trailer that doesn't make it into the film. Like the scene in Dumb and Dumber in the trailer when Lloyd Christmas is running down the jetway and then they back the plane up and he falls and he's like laying funny on the ground holding the briefcase. I don't think that's in the movie, but it's in the trailer.
It is in the movie.
Is it in the movie?
Of course it is. It's like the best part of the movie. Aside from the snowball in the face, that's the best part.
Then there's something in that scene that's in the trailer that's not in the movie.
Did Jeff just fall for his own trap that he was complaining about?
I mean, he also thought chickens shat through their head skin, so...
That's true.
Hey, we should probably stop, though.
Yeah!
Before I look any dumber or Gavin's late. Thanks for listening.
What about, like, Pello? It's like a purple and a yellow.
Shh.
All right. Thanks for listening. Rate 5 stars and subscribe, whatever that means. This has been episode 16 of Face. Thank you for listening. And Nick, go ahead and cut out anything where I look dumb or not super smart. Cut out the whole Mandela effect thing because I look dumb in it. Or at least the part where I talk about Dumb and Dumber. I misremember. So we were talking about colors.
We're talking about Gurpler. Wait. Okay, speaking of lines you didn't get, did you guys not hear Gurpler last? No, you did, because we talked.
Oh, yeah. We talked about making a Gurpler shirt.
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't hear it in the recording, but we talked about it in Slack afterwards.
No, it was in the recording. I think it was you two were talking and closing the show, and I just kept making up color names. I kept saying Gurpler. But yeah, so we're talking about Gurpler. Jeff had a whole bit where he wanted to read our text line, which was just forgotten about completely.
Oh, shit. God damn it!
You're really enthused about it too. You're like excited, and I didn't know where it began and where it ended, and I felt bad because Gavin only had one line of dialogue if we did that. I had this whole thing worked out where I was going to try and get you two to flip roles without knowing, and so I could have the Gavin spot, so I do the least amount of talking. That would have been great.
Wait, do I do the least amount of talking?
No, in the text chain. If we were doing the script, you had one thing that said like cool, and that was it.
Yeah.
Man, I thought that was... all right, you can be honest with me. Was it a good idea?
I think it's interesting.
I thought it was an interesting idea, too. And now I feel like the audience must be really confused, if there is still an audience at this point. What it boiled down to is, and this is the problem with us recording so far in advance sometimes, is after we did the episode, a conversation started about... Fuck, I don't even remember why I wanted to do it. Do you remember why I wanted... can I go back and
I'm trying to find the text right now. It was a funny conversation. But yeah, so Gurple, I don't know if you want to still do your Gurple bit, Jeff, if you're still that committed. But
oh, no, I have it. Okay. Here's the way it would have worked. The audience tunes in, and maybe, do you guys have it? Or you guys have it in front of you?
I can pull it up.
All right. Andrew started off.
We should sell a Gurple color shirt.
Love it. Interesting fact about Dumb and Dumber, the original screenplay was actually written by Chicago filmmaker John Hughes, The Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Vacation, but due to the deal he made with the directors, his name was to be stripped from the project, including the script.
Damn.
Would you intentionally write a shitty script if you knew you would not be credited?
What color blank should we print Gurple on?
Yes, and black, white?
Surely some sort of greenish purple.
I wonder if hypercolors is still a thing.
The uglier, the better. I don't think it even needs a design.
An ugly-ass greenish-purple blank. Does it say Gurple on it anywhere?
I think it exudes Gurple, doesn't need to be stated.
Maybe on the inside tag.
Can we release an episode as a text log?
I think we can do anything. Do you think if we performed a text conversation, the audience would be able to tell?
Absolutely.
Maybe. Let's perform a test. Let's read our lines next week, starting from "we should sell a Gurple shirt" up to and including this part of the conversation. Well, I can see this idea went over as well as a baseball bat.
I think it's great. I feel bad adding to the script. Gavin only has one line of dialogue at the moment.
Bam.
We already had that conversation.
Did you know that brown isn't a color? It's just dark orange. Picture of brown.
Aren't all colors technically just a shade of another color?
No, primary colors are just those colors. Did you know that some colors are impossible? There's no such thing as yellowish blue to humans.
I don't know about that, Gavin.
I want us to do something like the... Oh, I don't want to read that part. that's a bit for the future. And scene.
That was a good scene.
That was a good scene.
I'll be honest, I hadn't actually read 80% of that. I just came back to my phone one day and saw like 27 on the text icon. I was like, what the hell? And I just scrolled all the way to the bottom of it and wrote bam.
So the genesis of that is we were having the Gurple conversation and it was funny. And then I was trying to have a conversation about Dumb and Dumber because I was really embarrassed in the podcast because I was telling a story about how there was a scene in Dumb and Dumber that was in the trailer that's not in the movie. And I thought it was the scene where he falls off the jetway, the jet bridge, and it's not. And then I was saying that that's probably what most Mandela effects are. People just misremembering or content being cut for television or whatever. Or sometimes scenes show up in trailers that are not in the movies. And Gavin very adeptly pointed out that scene is in the movie, and I'm a fucking dumbass. And that made me feel really stupid. So I went on a whole mission reading all over IMDb and everywhere to try to find that difference, and I was never able to. And then I was thinking, what a funny conversation. It would be funny if we tried to read one of our text convos naturally, but sticking to the lines and seeing how long it would take the audience to figure out we were doing that. Doing something off, and turns out just listening to us go through it now would have been almost instantly. It would have been immediately. Would have been in 1 second.
We had Eric and Nick wondering what the hell was going on during that little read that we just did.
But to circle back, I'm not done with Gurple. We're just getting started on this Gurple talk.
I'm really glad you remembered that whole thing, Andrew, because I flushed it down the fucking brain toilet.
I mean, we should have started with it. We kind of announced that we were going to do it.
Well, you weren't even fucking here, so.
All right.
So I sent a message to all of you in our Slack earlier this week saying, I've been working on something behind the scenes.
That was terrifying.
I said, don't be scared. I said, don't be alarmed. But I'm doing some work behind the scenes here, which is funny to say in a behind the scenes. It was a behind the scenes of the behind the scenes chat. And I talked to Tony, this shirt stuff, clothes stuff, design stuff. And I put Gurple into motion. We're figuring out Gurple.
You guys are Gurping?
We're Gurping. I have some options. We could evaluate the different Gurple takes I have. Don't need to go with the design pattern necessarily, just some color. Just some color possibilities of what a Gurple might look like. How do you feel about that as a Gurple?
Oh my god.
It kind of looks like those cups, those paper cups you get at like a fast food place.
To those who can't see it, it's like a tie-dyed cyan and purple.
It is.
With a stack of money on it for some reason.
Some might say Gurple. Some might call that a Gurple. I was just curious how you felt on the Gurple scale. 1 out of 10, how Gurple is that?
I'm going to give that like a 9. I don't know that there is a perfect, but I don't know how you could top it.
It's a lot of white on it.
It is a lot of white. I would agree with that. I think maybe the white ratio is a little too much. I'd like a little bit more blend of the purple and the green.
Okay.
But so then we have another. This is, ignore everything about this, but the concept of what about Gurple crayon shirt? How do we feel about that? What if we make a Gurple crayon, have that as the design? That could be the shirt we go for. How do we feel about a Gurple crayon?
I can't imagine getting up in the morning, looking through all of my shirts and thinking, that's the one for today.
What? Okay, well, is there an evaluation on your shirt choice every day? How much thought do you put into it?
Well, I think about if I'm going to be on camera that day, I'll probably slop on some new merch that is currently being sold instead of some old shitty merch that looks a bit ragged.
That's fair.
That's about it.
So we got those out of the way. What about this for a Gurple Venn diagram shirt? A little bit of green, a little bit of purple, Gurple in the middle. How do we feel about this as a possibility?
That's the one.
You think that's... I still got ones to pick.
Here's what you got to do, too. If it had the G in the green and then URP in the gray and then LE in the... or maybe PLE in the purple, so the word goes across all three, I think that'd be phenomenal.
Oh, God.
So that's like a solid 9.9. Is the Venn diagram Gurple.
Is that a true blend of those two colors, by the way? If you actually, 50% opacity over each other?
You think I know how colors work? I just got sent that. I got no clue. I can't answer that.
I feel very good about that one.
Where are you getting these from? Is this from this Tony?
Yeah, these are all from Tony. I was talking back and forth. I was trying to explain the concept of Gurple. And I appreciate Tony's clearly, I can trust him. I said, don't tell anybody nothing about this. It has to be a secret.
You're able to just deploy employees of this company. You barely even work here, and you got people.
I don't work there. Like, I'm under contract. I'm a contracted. I'm not an employee.
Hey, head of the multi-million-dollar merch department, it's contract employee Andrew Panton.
Drop what you're doing.
Drop what you're doing. I have some work for you. I need you to invent a color.
You said that. I kind of said that. It never occurred to me that was absurd, but yeah.
This is coming in hot. I'm going to need you to drop everything.
Should we explain that last one to those who can't see it?
The Venn diagram?
It's basically a Venn diagram of green and purple together, and in the middle, they're gray.
Yeah. I'm assuming Nick will put all these up in the...
Yeah.
Yeah. And they'll be on the Instagram, too.
I have an issue with that Instagram, but Gurple 4... I think this is the ugliest Gurple by far. I feel like it makes me think Gurple, but it just doesn't look pleasant. I don't think I'd want to buy that shirt.
Have they deliberately warped the look of the blank to be all floofy and blumpy in the wrong area? It's like, look, who wants to look like that? It's all lumpy and weird.
It's pretty odd, yeah.
Maybe we'll do the lumpy variant of Gurple, a very limited run. So that's Gurple 4. Gurple 5 is gonna come across as very self-congratulatory. This was not my idea. This was purely Tony's idea. I guess they're Pantone swatches, and so he wanted to do like a Pantone, Gurple, Pantone swatch. I'm butchering explaining this. This is a train wreck. It's a shirt that has a swatch on it that says Gurple. How do we feel about this?
I fucking love that shirt, if I'm being honest with you.
That one should come out either way.
Okay.
But I don't think it's main Gurple.
Okay. So what is the Gurple? I think we should pick the go-to. I feel like I know, based on the reactions. But what is the definitive Gurple?
It's got to be the Venn diagram.
I think it's the Venn diagram. And then we should make the Pantone color, too.
Okay, so you think we go Venn diagram with the GUR and the green... And the LE.
I mean, we can play around with where the text goes if we even need it. Yeah, but yeah,
I feel like we should lock into one of these shirts, and then whatever we lock in with, the audience won't know for 2 weeks. And what if we pick the shirt that the audience doesn't want? That feels like a good face to me. We're committing to something immediately without any reaction to our possibilities.
Let's pick the shirt that looks like it was stitched and made to fit. I don't know, Jabba the Hutt's body?
No, I'm not saying the shirt needs to be... I just think we should go with something, and it would be funny if what we thought was the best didn't align at all with the audience. It's just an easy...
Well, that's usually how it goes, but yeah, I'm with you.
I had a little conversation with Andrew last night, do you think we should talk about that, Andrew? The sort of confusion surrounding...
I feel like we should, especially within the context of the audio engineer talk. We have an issue with Nick. Not even really a Nick issue. That's unfair. It's not Nick's fault.
You went straight in there with Nick.
I did.
I feel like it was potentially a Discord issue.
Was it? But he got the file though, right? So it wouldn't have been an editing decision?
Nick, are you able to hop on and record yourself? Andrew, what's your problem with Nick?
It is not my problem. Gavin texted me last night. Last week we made a very big deal about Gurple and the excitement around Gurple and in the future. of Gurple. And I'm just minding my business, having a decent evening. Gavin texts me, you never said Gurple. You never even made up a color.
The thing was, last week when you had all the Gurple designs, I couldn't remember you saying Gurple the previous week.
Oh my God, I couldn't either. I thought he said Burple or Yerple or something.
Yeah.
And I thought I must have heard it wrong because you guys were talking about Gurple like it was cemented in fact.
Yeah, so I was like, man, somehow, Andrew, I missed Gurple. I missed it in the recording. I heard it for the first time over text when we did our little stage play, when we were in the middle of writing that. So we get the proof of last week's episode, or 2 weeks ago's episode, I think yesterday. So I listened to that, gave a few notes. And then at the end, Andrew's like, oh, you never think we could invent a new color? Never once heard any mention of Gurple in the recording. So I was like, Andrew, you never said Gurple. We've made a shirt or designed shirts for something that you never said in a podcast.
What a fucking face.
I was losing my mind because I was very confident I said it. Gavin said I didn't make up any colors at all. I definitely say Gurple, I think. I don't think the Gurple pronunciation.
You said porridge, apparently.
I did say porridge and Pello.
I only heard Pello. That was the one that I remembered you say.
In the text, I feel like you said I didn't say a single one, and I was losing it.
Well, yeah, because I asked you what these names are going to be called, and you were like, I don't know, ask Crayola or something. And then I think you said Yerple, but I just forgot about it.
I think it was Yerples. I was, oh, wow, that helps me a little bit because I thought I was going crazy.
So did I. I was like, man, I can't believe we got a shirt based on this really funny thing Andrew said that I just don't remember.
Imagine how I felt to have Gavin say, you never said any of these things. It was alarming.
So why is this Nick's fault?
Because I do say them. It's just not in the finalized audio, I believe. It's in my audio file, but it doesn't make it to the cut.
Nick, what do you know?
I know that Andrew I know that Andrew told me, hey, just cut whatever I said at the end. So let me go back and double check, but I don't remember Gurple.
Wait, did I do that?
You did.
I don't think I did that.
I think you did that.
Wait, you told him to cut Gurple?
No, I definitely didn't tell him I would never cut Gurple. How dare you even accuse me of such things? I don't remember saying that. I could have said it. It's possible. It's been a lot. I could easily forgot. There was a moment in time in which Gavin convinced me I never said it at all. That was terrifying.
I don't know that you did.
No one heard it.
Jeff did.
I'm with Gavin. The first time I remember hearing the word Gurple was in that text exchange. I remember Yerple or Burple, but I don't remember Gurple.
I was more concerned by the fact that Gavin said I didn't make up any colors at all. That was what was frightening to me, because I had very clear memories in which I did, and that he's like, never heard of any porridge. I never heard that. Pello never happened. So I had to go in and find them.
I think what happened is that you decided to say all of this stuff. You said Yerple or something for us to hear. I remember that now. But your other list of things, including Gurple and how you were like, oh, I got to write this down. I'm pretty sure you said all that over the top of Jeff's outro. And because Jeff was louder, Discord was just only showing me Jeff. And I never heard it. Jeff was talking. He never heard it. And also, it was cut because you told Nick to cut it. So Gurple is the most well-hidden thing you've come up with. And now we have shirts about it.
You made a Gurple egg.
I mean, it's hilarious that the audience is going to listen to the episode that comes out on Wednesday, and they're going to have no idea about any Gurple, and then the following week, it's all Gurple.
Well, why don't we release a special Gurple cut, or like a separate Gurple snippet that we can put out with this episode, 2 weeks later or whatever, just so we can hear it.
I think you're right, though. The problem is I don't think I actually ever say Gurple. I think I call it Gruple. I don't think I nailed the Gurple thing until after. I think I just completely missed on Gurple. I don't think there's any mention of Gurple until the next episode, in which I very confidently am like, Gurple's the best. We're doing this Gurple thing.
You couldn't write this level of dysfunction. That's really... Oh my God.
So why don't we're
selling 2 shirts based on something no one said.
If you can find it, Nick, why don't you insert the original Gurple statement from Andrew's raw recording, cut from the episode 2 weeks ago?
Or Gruple, which sounds like a Groupon ripoff.
So we'll put it in right now.
What about, like, Pello? It's like a purple and a yellow.
Shh.
All right. Thanks for listening. Rate 5 stars and subscribe, whatever that means. This has been episode 16 of Face. Thank you for listening. And Nick, go ahead and cut out anything where I look dumb or not super
Gurples.
Cut out the whole Mandela effect thing, because I look dumb in it. Well, all right.
All right.
Okay.
He may have said it.
I don't know how to feel about this. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I think I call it Gurple, and then I think I may say Gurple, but it's when I'm away from the microphone looking for a pen.
I don't even know what
You said it away from a microphone while someone else was... It's getting worse.
Yeah, no, I thought it was kind of, I don't know. In my head, it was funny.
Okay, so away from a mic, underneath someone else talking, and you asked for it to be removed.
Yeah, well, no, I don't. I'm very confident. I don't think I asked for that to be removed.
Okay.
I did make a suggestion of something else, but I don't think it was that. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. I don't think I did that. But if I did, it's possible I did. I trust Nick. Why would Nick lie about that?
Funny.
It is funny. It's a good point.
I was not expecting this episode to go this way, this fast.
Well, in fairness, we've now saved Gurple from being something that wasn't said to something that was said a lot.
I like the idea, too, that I was pitching that we sell the shirts on the same day the second episode comes out, so nobody would have any concept of what we're talking about at all. There'd be no bleed-in. There'd be nothing.
Everybody just be going like, I guess I didn't hear him say I must have missed the last episode. That'd be right where Gavin and I were.
It's a real mystery. I've never, went into my raw audio, but Gavin made me search last night.
Yeah, I was like, you gotta check. Because, to be honest, there's a lot of times where I don't hear stuff said in recordings. It happens all the time, especially on podcasts where, you'll be listening to 90% of what someone's saying, and then I'll think of something that I want to say next. In that tiny little blip, I sort of miss the current sentence and potentially miss something funny.
Or potentially Andrew's giving some boring-ass speech about Ian, and you just fall to fucking sleep with your eyes open. I completely understand what you're saying.
You want to talk about neighborhoods again?
I wonder if this is the first shirt we've ever produced that's based off of a joke that never happened.
I mean, it did happen. Just the line wasn't there.
The joke happened as a response to the shirt that was a response to a joke that didn't exist.
Dude, everything is so face. We faced the hats. We faced this. It's incredible, our consistency. And the fact that Jeff and I just went along with Gurple, even though we both missed it.
I don't give a fuck.
No, yeah, we're just all in. Andrew's running with something.
I didn't realize neither of you had heard that, and I just assumed that when there was no question that it definitely happened. Because I wasn't 100% sure. I was 80% sure. I knew for a fact I said colors, and I was about 90% sure I said Gurple, but I didn't. The first definitive memory I have is definitely in our text chain after we recorded.
Oh, God. What is the title of this episode going to be? It's going to have to be like Gurple, Gurple, Gurple or something.
It's a great color.
Yeah, I'm excited to wear the the shirt.
Yeah, me too.
You get the reference for where it was from? It was kind of hidden, but it's pretty good.
But glass. I still don't know about glass. We're talking about your fridge. How does this tie into your hatred of glass?
Oh, man. Fucking glass. No, I just y'all know.
We're never going to hit the story.
Y'all have glass, right?
Yes. Yeah. I have it in my windows. I have it on some doors.
That's fine. I don't give a shit about that. Glass that you drink out of, like glass eggs.
Yeah.
They fucking suck, am I right? Am I the only person that every other time I open up my dishwasher, there's and I pull out one of my glasses, it's broken and it cuts my fucking hand and slices me? I'm so fucking sick of it. I'm so sick of glass. It's so fucking, it's such a fallible material to put near your mouth. And I'm so sorry. I bought, when I moved into this house, I bought 12 cups, glass. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say cups. I bought 12 glasses, right? I'm down to 3 of them. Because they shatter, you put them down wrong, and they just fucking fall apart. And it's not just this brand. I've had other glasses. I've had pint glasses that I get free from shit. Glass sucks. It just fucking sucks. And if glass goes wrong, it only hurts you. Its only job is to hurt you.
Does your dishwasher say rock tumbler on the front? What's going on with it?
It's not just dishwashers, dude. Glasses break everywhere. They fucking suck. Dog walks by and hits a fucking coffee table. Glass falls off and shatters. So next thing you know, you got glass in your feet for the next month while you're trying to fucking find it all. It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. And I got to thinking, why don't we? I need to replace every glass in my house with solid cups, just fucking hard, sturdy, not gonna shatter, badass cups. So that got me thinking, what's the best cup? Like, there's a lot of different. And I was talking to Eric about it a little bit, and then I got to talking to Andrew about it. And like,
Ice cup.
I'm on the search for the perfect cup, right?
So stupid. Nobody will know you drank. It's genius.
I love it.
It's the perfect drink.
Except your first fucking drink, you're gonna put it to your lips and you're gonna be like Ralphie in A Christmas Story. Your mouth's gonna be frozen to your fucking Oh yeah. So I started doing research, and I wanted to find the.
Is this a uniform thing?
I think it could be.
Okay.
So I started polling people and asking what people's favorite cup is, and my girlfriend actually I think landed on the perfect cup, which I totally agree with. But I asked everybody ahead of time, be thinking about it and let me know. So if everybody could just post what their favorite cup is, well, I think we can get somewhere.
My favorite cup, like a photo. I need to do a blueprint of my favorite cup. I don't think the best cup exists yet.
Yeah, when I mentioned it to you, you told me you were going to design a cup like Homer Simpson designed a car, which scares me.
Well, it's because it's like if we're perfecting cup technology, we need to go some places with it. I will say it's very adamant about the fact that it needs to hold a liter of water.
Yeah, like
it's a minimum.
Your one prerequisite, it must hold a liter of water.
Needs a liter of water. Because they always say, like, drink 8 cups of water a day. If you have a liter cup, that's 4. You just need 4 cups of water. We're reducing the amount of refills you need. It's just a superior product. Like, just the math on it, it's better. Can't argue it's not more efficient. It's a great cup.
What, Eric, you said like a Rudy's cup, which I agree. I got one from this Mexican restaurant by my house. I think I sent you a photo. I'll see if I can put that up. It's a pretty good fucking cup. It's not perfect, but it's good.
I think Rudy's does a classic cup, right? It's like, this is the cup that you have a million of all through college or whatever. And then, they last forever, and then your wife says, we don't need these cups anymore. And you go, you're right, we don't need these cups anymore.
This is the one I got that kind of set the thinking off. So it's like the Rudy's cup, but maybe a little bigger, just based on my thumb compared to your thumb against the cup. And I like this cup because it's huge, it's big, but it's still and it's a little flexible. But I don't know that I want flexible in my cup, because what if you grab it emphatically? You're gonna spill, right? And I'm an emphatic person. I like to grab things emphatically from time to time. So then a lot of people were recommending like metal cups, which I think is just ludicrous. I think it's a horrible idea. Because
what don't you like about that?
Well, I'll tell you what I don't like about it.
Titanium cup.
Crack a tooth on that plastic cup. You can't do it. Emphatically put a metal cup up to your mouth, not paying attention, or you move a fraction of an inch the wrong way. You're gonna bash your own goddamn teeth in. It's
I'd
stupid.
rather hit my teeth on metal than glass.
Why not plastic? I'm recommending plastic.
Okay.
I agree. That's another reason glass sucks. What if you bash your tooth with the edge of a glass and then it shatters the glass and your tooth, and then you end up eating a bunch of glass? Glass fucking sucks. Why are we putting it near our mouths?
I think historically there has never been a better time to embrace and make more things out of plastic. That's the exact direction that everyone is going in.
Plastic blows. It makes it taste like plastic.
No way.
What's the thing that you're going to eat caviar with because the metal spoon like taints the taste? They use like what's that shit, like mother of pearl or something? Maybe that's the material for a cup.
Here's what I think the perfect cup is. Boom.
That looks like
the Pizza Hut cup. Have you ever had a soda, a Diet Coke or a regular Coke or a Dr. Pepper with ice in that thing and not loved every second of it? Those cups, we perfected cups in the 1970s, and I don't know when we got away from them. I'm going to replace every. It's because because the places you're going are still using the ones from the 70s because they're still around because they last forever, and that's getting used by hundreds of people a day. You put those puppies in your house, Gavin, you would never even come close to seeing the half-life of that cup. You'll be buried with it someday looking brand new. Nick agrees, it rules. That cup full of ice is awesome. So I was talking to Andrew about it, and I was telling him we need to invent the perfect cup. And that's my starting point. That material, that density, that weight. It's got a heft to it at the bottom. It's solid. It's not malleable. It's not going to bash anybody's teeth in. It keeps stuff incredibly cool. It doesn't taste like plastic at all. It tastes like a Pizza Hut in 1975, which is where everybody wants to be. And if you don't, there's something fucking wrong with you. And it's fun. So we start there. I ran out of shit. I'm just going.
When Jeff first brought this up to me, I felt like I was being fucked with the entire time. It's one of the weirdest text chains I think I've ever had with you. And I don't know if it was by design or if you're just living your life. Jeff texted me at 10:21 a.m. on Sunday, "What's the perfect cup?" And then I replied with this. I think this is the perfect cup. Technically a mug, but I think it's the perfect cup. That's immediately what I thought of.
The inverse handle.
It's the inverse Ubisoft handle misprint. I don't hear from Jeff until 7:45 p.m. and he replies, I'd have to disagree. And then he said, "I got a really good cup today." And he sent me a photo of the Zuzu cup. And I replied, "What's so good about that cup?" He said, "Lots." I asked, "Such as?" Jeff replies by sending me a 30-second video of him watching a Real Housewives reunion show, explaining why I should be watching it.
Oh, that had nothing to do with the cup. That was an aside, a total aside.
Yeah, but it's in the middle. I asked "such as," and then you replied with a 30-second video.
Yeah, I can see how that would be confusing for you. Yeah, no, disregard that. I do think you should be watching The Housewives.
I'm not opposed. But then you replied, "The outfits alone. It's a reunion show, so the outfits are insane." So then I asked, "What happened to the cup?" And Jeff said, "Huh? Oh, just think about your favorite cup, I guess. I'm thinking we could get into the cup business." It's like, what are you talking about? You just sent me a cup. You asked me what my perfect cup is. You sent me what feels just like a standard cup. And then you're pivoting, and that's ridiculous. It's insane.
Well, I got a lot going on in my head, man.
You did.
I'm multi-threaded.
So wait, the whole story about hating glass was that you just don't like drinking out, like nothing happened. You just don't like drinking out of a glass.
Well, the cup broke, I guess, in the dishwasher.
I had like one of my glasses broke when I was pulling it out of the dishwasher, and it sliced my finger open. Right. And then later that day, that was like on Saturday or Sunday morning, because I got that cup Sunday morning. It was like that morning I was at the store or the Zuzu place, and I thought, this is a pretty good cup. And then I thought, why the fuck am I cutting my fingers on glass like an asshole every week when I could just have I'm gonna take this cup home with me. I pay it was like 99 cents extra, and it's like, fuck, this is so much cheaper and better and safer than a glass. Why am I wasting time with glass? And then it set me on this whole path, and Andrew and I got to thinking about it. I don't know what the perfect, because we're going to invent the perfect cup, right?
Yeah.
I think that my idea is that the Pizza Hut cup is a starting point for it, because there's a lot going on that's right with it. And then, want to talk about throwbacks. Dude, that burp tasted so bad. I just grossed myself out. Okay. Yeah, I agree. It was disgusting, Nick. You should have been in my mouth. It's way worse here. We were talking about it should be, we can't do it red because that's iconic, that we should make it Gurple because we already invented our own color. Why not put stuff in Gurple? And then I had the idea we could call it, because Andrew wants it to be big, we could call it the Big Gurp instead of the Big Gulp. And then Andrew, I think, improved upon that, and he said we should call it, Andrew?
The Gurpler. We're going to sell the Gurpler.
I don't think there's anything better on earth than the Gurpler.
So we're gonna make and sell a Gurpler?
I think we should make and sell a Gurpler.
But I think we're still in the, like, we have the name down. We have the color figured out. I think sort of like when we did the wrist pockets, we should all come up with our own, like, sketch of what would be the perfect cup. And then next episode, we can share this.
I think that's
Exchange
a great
notes.
idea.
Because I have some ideas in my head. I think there's some innovation that the cup game has been lacking. I don't think there's been really any innovation that I can think of in a long time.
I would agree.
Anything's gone downhill.
The most recent innovation I've seen is putting the handle inside the coffee cup, and I don't think that that's working out.
That's just great, is what it is. It's no way effective, but
I'm into this idea.
Yeah. So everybody, we've got most of it figured out. We've got that it's a cup. We know that. We know that it's Gurple. We know that it's called the Gurpler, and it has to hold at least how much water, Andrew?
I think a liter. I think it needs to
A
hold
liter
a
of water.
liter. I think we have more figured out than most Kickstarters do when they start. And
Totally
we just
agree.
have a name and a color.
Totally agree.
We're on the right path.
So anyway, that's why I say fuck glass. I'm gonna eliminate. My goal is to eliminate glass from houses all across the world and to save people the annoying little bits of glass that end up getting stuck in the bottom of their foot when they go to the fridge at midnight and they realize they didn't clean up that spot, or when you go in and then you slice the inside of your fucking hand open trying to pull out a tumbler or a glass out of your dishwasher because it's shattered because it's stupid, or when your dog walks by and hits the end of a table and it knocks a glass over and then it shatters because it's stupid. I'm trying to fix the world with the Gurpler. So to catch the audience up, we determined that glass is dog shit and people shouldn't own it, especially near their mouths. It's just a recipe for death. And so we decided to design the perfect plastic cup and then hopefully go into production in it so that we can help revolutionize the world, save people's teeth, and save people with sore hands from hitting a couple hundred baseballs from dropping glasses left and right and smashing their feet in the ground.
A recipe for death would actually be a perfect name for our cookbook. We need to write that down. We need to remember. Circle back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. Well, I think we're all supposed to do a blueprint under your guidance of the perfect cup. I have mine. I don't know if the two of you had time.
I did.
Gavin, do you have your drawing?
Listen, he was very busy with the videos.
I'll be honest, there were two reasons. I was busy editing two videos at the same time, and also we talked about this in the Lost episode, which is always between the one that came out and the one we're recording. So completely forgot about it. Absolutely in one ear, out the other, that one.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I remembered it. I woke up at 5 a.m. for a moment and I thought cups and then went back to bed. So I too put this in last minute. I'll submit mine. We can talk about mine because I feel like I went against direction. Jeff, you asked for something simple.
Okay.
Which is fair. I understand that. But it was the perfect cup. So I wanted to illustrate in my head what I think the perfect cup is. And I'd love to hear your guys' suggestions and how you generally feel about it. This is the Gurpler. We're going to have to get it because some of the illustration is going to be tough to oh, I posted it in the fucking, I'm in Slack for some reason. Let me go to Discord. Whoops.
That would help.
Gurpler. Okay, here we go.
Oh my
God.
So we got the Gurpler. Now, I understand this is a complicated thing to decipher, so we're going to go piece by piece for it. So we got...
What does that look like to you, Jeff?
It looks like a bat monster with one tooth.
It looks like a Venus flytrap with a rash.
So it's very tough to convey when you have ideas for both the top of the cup and the bottom and the side. It's tough to like get the angle of like try to display in a 2D in a flat scenario.
Yeah.
What
So
angle is that?
So we're gonna start. It's an angle that doesn't actually exist. So what you're looking at the very top, first of all, the lines in the circle,
Non-Euclidean cup.
Are you talking about the barbed wire around the edge?
the barbed wire around the edge with the lines coming out of it. That's a little parachute. We have a little parachute on top of the glass. In the event that you drop the glass, it will just softly float down. Because to me, the perfect cup, as somebody who knocks over a lot of cups, the perfect cup is a cup that can be covered in any scenario. And you maintain at least, we're going to do a 50% beverage guarantee that you will not lose more than half of your drink. So the
Although
top
if you're using it outside on a windy day, see you later.
We're not done. There's more protection mechanisms built into this thing. So we got a little parachute on the top. Now, what's in the circle? You're looking at the top of the glass. You see that little tooth that you said?
Yeah.
That is a piece of plastic that you would spin around like a full circle, and that would seal the top of the glass, just so you're safe. You don't have to worry about, so if it tips over, there's a lock in place.
Okay.
Like you're set.
I think I see what.
It's a spinning like mechanism. Like you just grab the top of it and you tilt it, and the whole thing would like spiral out and fully cover the glass and like lock in on the other
Jeff
side.
knows what you mean. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
So you know, like when you fan a deck of cards, Gavin?
Yeah.
It's like that, but that's the base part, and you'd fan it across the top of the glass.
That's cool.
So that's the idea. So because you don't want it fully fanned, because you need to fill the glass. So it needs to just be a small piece that you could fan out once it's locked in.
Yeah.
There's a little hole below that on the side for your straw. This would be a straw designed product.
Okay.
You have a straw there. Then you have all the edges shooting out the side. That is in the event that you knock over the glass and you do not have the top sealed. If there's not falling, if the parachute can't help, if you're just on a counter and you knock it over, those will prevent it from going fully flat. That will keep it at an angle. You're going to lose some beverage, but we're maintaining a 50% beverage guarantee with these little arms on the side just to carry it.
But if the parachute doesn't kick in from counter height, when would the parachute be useful?
Well, no, I think it would from counter height, but sometimes you knock a cup over and it doesn't fall. It lands on the counter.
I
see. Yeah.
So this is a scenario in which it doesn't go past the counter. It just gets caught on it.
So it's got
You're
like,
covered.
it's got like
got little
guard
arms.
wings. Yeah.
Yeah, essentially, it's like guard wings. It's a great way. Guard wings we're going to trademark that. It's guard wings. We got guard wings all over it.
Makes sense.
in the
What
event
does
that
it say in the
fall.
middle? Iron hole. What does it say that you've like scribbled over?
Oh, that was straw hole.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I decided to color it in. So then the last part, and this is the key part, and this is more just fun because you want a glass to be fun. 4 tiny retractable wheels on the bottom.
Ah.
Because you never, like, if you're at a table
Like from
and
Hot
someone's like,
Wheels.
oh, like, yeah, like little Hot Wheels wheels. So it's just, I'm enjoying myself a nice frozen pineapple lemonade right now. If we were at a table and Gavin's like, hey, I want to try that, just pop the glass down, the wheels come out, and I just push it over. Don't have to get up, don't have to move, don't have to do anything. Just slides across. You see those scenes at the bar where, like, they throw the glass down? That's always seemed dangerous. I don't trust that. Got to put some wheels on that. The wheels, it'll go even further, and then you just push it down, the wheels go back up. It's like landing gear. It's
Do they
fantastic.
retract up into the liquid?
They retract into, so there'd be kind of a thicker part of the bottom of the glass that it would retract into. They'd be like a space between. It would not go into the liquid now.
Is it dishwasher safe?
It is dishwasher safe. Of course it is.
The parachute as well?
We got to look into that. I'm not sure about that process. We got to narrow down the material to use it for the parachute. But outside of the cup itself, maybe we could sell multiple parachutes. We could do fun little designs in the top. So you
could upsell. That's a great. Yeah,
exactly.
I like
So
that.
when
that
you're
is to me.
drinking out of it, does the parachute just hang down by the glass?
Yeah. The parachute just hangs, just a little hang off the back. But the straw is on the opposite side, so you don't have to worry about the parachute. No straws included. You're gonna have to buy that independently.
I'm impressed. I think that's a great design.
it is the opposite.
Everything I'd want in a cup.
The opposite of what I had envisioned, but I love it. I appreciate the ingenuity. You've definitely added a lot to the cup.
I'd love to know what that means. What is the opposite of that cup?
So, well, I'll show you. I mean, if it had a USB port, it would be perfect. That way you could you could be a smart cup and you could keep data on like how cold your beverage usually is, how many sips
far
you
it fell.
take, how far
Have
it
you seen those
fell,
USB
distance
fridges?
traveled, all that stuff.
USB fridge?
There's like it's a bullshit product that like works, but it's pointless. It's like a little USB fridge that can chill one drink. That's what makes this cup. Solar powered cup with a USB in it. You plug the USB fridge into the cup. You put the cup in the fridge. It freezes itself. This is genius, Jeff.
That's excellent.
This is a great idea by you.
Well, I love it. I think it's great. I would love to get a prototype built out. I don't know if you're up for that.
What's the name of it?
The Gurpler.
Oh, the Gurpler.
The Gurpler. Okay. Just straight up Gurpler.
It's gonna. The name came before the cup. The name is non-negotiable. It's the Gurpler, no matter what.
They're all the
final
Gurpler.
form of the cup is. Yeah, it's a Gurpler
Okay.
regardless.
So what's yours, Jeff?
Yeah. Let me show you mine. I'm a little. It's not. It's not that one. That's for sure. So mine is. I kind of went back to. So mine is. I said that I thought the red Pizza Hut cup was damn near perfect, but you said any cup we had to be larger. So I thought the Pizza Hut cup is a great cup, and you can see here the illustration. There's one holding in someone's hand to give you a scale. I took that cup and I made it bigger. And then I slapped, and you can see on the side there, it says much bigger. Because it is. It's much bigger. It's in the. Did it not go into the?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry. There it is.
There we go.
So you can see on the left, that's a great cup. That is your standard Pizza Hut cup. It's red. It's plastic. It's awesome. Then on the right, you can see best cup. I mean, I didn't put Gurpler, but obviously it's the Gurpler. It's the same cup, but much larger. And I put a face logo on it. That way people know where it came from.
Yeah. I would buy this cup.
Yeah.
This looks like a great cup.
It's
I don't know, there's no wheels on it.
I was thinking, you're right. I was thinking about putting, honestly, a racing stripe down or something on it to add a little pizzazz, but then I decided not to. I didn't want to overcomplicate it. But and I'm glad I didn't go that route because you took those ideas and you put wheels on yours. Insane. So these are two variations on a theme. I think they're both valid. I think that they both have their pluses.
I think if the business world has shown us one thing, it's there's nothing better than taking somebody else's idea and just making it slightly larger and then putting our brand. Like, this is established. This works.
Well, to be fair, this one is much bigger. I don't know if you can.
It is. It's completely different. How big is much bigger?
I don't know.
The scale of the hand.
You can see it's exactly that much bigger. I don't know.
The scale of the hand.
Well, it's sat on a hand.
I was just curious if you had. Well, I know, but it's a weird way to phrase it. You're assuming it's the same hand. Those could be two different hands.
It's the same hand. I got it from the same image.
Okay. It could be the left could be Andre the Giant's hand, and the right could be Vern Troyer's hand.
It's not though. It's for the purposes of it's the same hand. It's the exact same hand. Yeah.
It's an important clarification.
I even copied and pasted it. It was so the same. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Eric just posted 2 photos of like visualizations of our ideas. That's exactly right. My inspiration was 100% the Simpsons car.
He even mentioned that ahead of time.
I did. Yeah.
He said he was going to Simpsons car in this cup. You definitely did. You definitely did. Oh, man.
We closed some threads on that episode.
We closed some threads.
Great.